What is up, YouTube? It is your girl GC the Trader, and we are back with another trade breakdown, you guys. Happy Friday is the end of the trade week. I hope y'all had an amazing trade day. As I stated, it is Friday, November 21st, 2025. And yes, today, you guys, we did catch a trade on NQ today. So that's what we're going to be going over, that trade breakdown, and also going to be going over what I wrote for my journal today. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If anything else pops up that I want to talk about, of course, I'm going to let y'all know. But with that being said, I'm not going to hold y'all no further. Let's get to this breakdown. All right, family, as y'all can see, we are on the NQ chart. I trade micros. For all those who are new, my strategy is ICC concept and for supply and demands. Lately, supply and demand hasn't been playing out too well, so I've been mainly taking ICC trades. So today we took an ICC sale, so that's what we're going to be going over. I'm on my hour chart, hour time frame. As you can see, when I came into the market this rising, this is initially where we was at. So I did mark up these key levels here, this support and this resistant. Also marked up some previous support key levels and resistant key levels, where if price did decide that it did want to reverse on this Friday, that I had some key levels in play of where I thought price may go if that was the case. But initially when I came into the market, this is where we were. Now, we had not did this drop yet when I came into the market, when I was looking at it, because I started looking at the charts pretty early today. I think when I got onto the charts, it was 5 a.m. and I was just marking up my chart, marking up my key levels, seeing what happened in Asian session, watching to see how London was moving. And initially, when I had this zone marked out, this break right here didn't happen, and I'm gonna zoom in and tell you so you can see that better in a minute. But that break didn't initially happen. So when I was looking at the chart and that break happened, I did zoom out to my 4 hour, and I just went over here just to see where any levels where price may try to go hit if it did decide that it wants to sell off today at that open. So I just marked up these potential levels of where price could go, just so I can have some initial targets, and I'm not just trading in the blind. So go back to my hour and drop down to the 30-minute. I'm going to explain all this, you guys. All right, there we go. Let me fix the chart up for y'all. All right, there we go. That looks better. So we're on my 5-minute chart, and that's initially where I take my entries. So as I stated when I was looking at the charts, this move did not happen. This move happened while I was looking at the charts. So yeah, this move happened around 5 o'clock New York. So that was like around 4 o'clock my time. So when I started looking at the charts, I seen that price drop, and I was like, okay, price made a new low. So I was like, okay, so it's looking like, price may want to sell off for today. So price tapped back into the key level, tap back past the key level, and then once it started dropping again, I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait for the drop. Once it dropped, I tapped in. I took these trades on my paper account. As I stated in yesterday's video, I do not trade pre-market unless I just really, 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 really have faith in the setup. And I was testing these setups strictly on my paper account because it is Friday. So I wasn't trying to trade any other time except the market open. So I just took these trades, entered the trade, and then it stopped me out probably like 5 minutes later. And I was like, okay, I entered too early. I didn't wait for a full pullback. Um, I waited for the full pullback this time, and then I re-entered because I trusted, and I still trusted in this trade setup. So I re-entered, and price did drop. It gave me my 1-to-1, and I put my stop loss at break even. Once it gave me my 1-to-1, I was targeting that London low. because I initially thought, price was gonna come and take out that London low, and then go take out the Asian and London high. But price immediately at 7:30, 7:30 New York. I don't know what happened around that time, but price just shot up and literally shot through my TP. I think I end up getting slippage. That's how fast it stopped me out. And normally on TradingView, I don't really deal with slippage, but the candle shot so fast that it couldn't even stop me out at break even. It ended up stopping me out like $22 in a red. So that was supposed to be a break even trade, but it ended up being an L because I don't know what happened at 7:30. It was some money in the market then, but yeah, price shot up. So I was watching it, and as hold on 1 minute, you guys. I'm trying to see what time that is. Okay, so that's 8:20. So yeah, I was still watching the charts, keeping a track of the higher highs, higher lows. And then when I saw, I was like, okay, price is about to take out that Asian and London high before the New York Open. So I was like, okay, well, if that's the case, then price is going to take out that high, those highs, and then it's going to come back down to take out that London low before it makes any more movements, because that was a new low as well. And I know that it was some buy order sitting there. So I was like, okay, if price is taking out the highs this early, then at that market open, it's gonna go and it's gonna take out that London low. And if it does want to buy, it's gonna buy after it take out that London low. So that's the move I was anticipating on when I seen that price took out the Asian and London high, and then it was consolidating. It was consolidating between those highs for some time, and it was doing it within a key level. So initially, when I seen price start making lower lows, I was like, okay, we possibly about to get ready to have a trend change again. So we about to get ready to go back into sales. So I saw it make that higher high one last time, and then boom, it started respecting price, and it was like, okay. I could have got in right here on price in this key level, but as you can see, it was so much choppiness right here. I did not trust getting in at this key level. Price had to drop back down past this key level to let me know that it wanted to sell for me to even be looking for sales, because I was uh, eventually potentially about to switch my bias for today into price initially broke out and passed this higher high and made this lower low right here. So when I seen price making lower lows, I was like, okay, we may still be in sales. So I saw price respect this supply zone. Only reason why I didn't take this supply right here, mark this up for you guys, because I do trade supply and demand with ICC concept to help me better pick out supply and demands. But the only reason why I didn't trade this supply and demand is because all of the choppiness right here. I did not trust this supply and demand. And I seen a few people that I do follow, they took that trade, that supply, and it actually ended up working out. But I just didn't trust it with all that choppiness, because the supply zones that was forming, price was just immediately invalidating them. So I was like, okay, it was too much choppiness for me to really trust that supply setup. Plus, that supply formed right after price made a new lower low. So it was just like, I'm not even trusting it. Price is not even really trying to show me that it wanted to sell past that point. So initially, that's why I didn't jump in for that supply. But I could have took that supply, and I could have even took this drop down retrace back up to this key level. But as I stated, I didn't trust any trade movement up in this area with all the choppiness. So when price broke back down, I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait for the retracement. I'm not gonna jump the gun, because normally if price broke already over here, that was the initial indication that it wanted to sell, came back up, consolidated, dropped down again. So I could have entered right here immediately, but in the past me doing that, I ended up getting stopped out. So I said, I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm going to wait for price to pull back. I'm going to make this a little bit more clear for y'all. Okay. So yeah, price pulled back. Once this candle opened up, price pulled back down. I was like, okay, I entered. immediately got stopped out, you guys. I think it was like 19 seconds. Stopped out immediately. And when price stopped me out, I realized I was like, price wasn't done pulling back yet. And I jumped the gun on this trade. So this L was, I entered too early. You get what I'm saying? Now, if I would have waited for the proper pullback and entered, I probably still wouldn't have made any profit on this trade, but I definitely would have been at break even because price would have definitely dropped past my 1-to-1, as you can see. Let me unlock this. Yeah, price definitely dropped past to my 1-to-1, so I definitely would have had my stop loss at break even. So even when price came back up and knocked me out of the trade, it would have knocked me out of the trade at break even. So today would have been a break even day because I would have still tried to target that London low. And as you can see, NQ did not want to take out the London low. It wanted to retrace back up and yeah, leave this for another day. So this is probably a potential place where NQ may try to take out in the afternoon session before the market closes. But if not, this is definitely a target spot come Monday morning when NQ opens back up, because that means it's gonna be some order sitting here. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that was today's trade. We did take a L on NQ. So yeah, where you see this candle mark up at the entry, I mean the entry and the exit, this is exactly where I entered in on my funded accounts. So yesterday we took a break even trade based off of hesitation, which could have been a winning trade because we won on our paper account. Today we said, hey, if we trust the trade enough to enter on our Sims account, we're going to enter into our funded account. So today, y'all, it was no hesitation. As soon as price tapped me into my Sims account, I immediately tapped myself into the trade on my funded accounts, and I let price tell me, hey, you had the wrong bias for today, because as you can see, we are buying off. We were not selling off today. We did a little sell motion right here, but initially NQ wanted to buy off today. So yeah, I was on the wrong side of probability today, and but hey, I will say we did not hesitate. We did not trade how we traded yesterday, and that's cool. You get what I'm saying? We didn't hesitate. We followed our plan. We entered when we said we was going to enter. It just so happened that hey, it didn't even matter if we would have waited for the full pullback. It would have been a break even day. So hey, I'm fine with this L. I'm not tripping. Um, I'm gonna put my P&L on the screen for how much I lost today on both of my funded accounts, so y'all be able to see that. And yeah, also I think possibly tomorrow, but maybe on Sunday. Gonna see how I feel tomorrow. But on Sunday, we're definitely gonna go over the trades that we took this week. We took 3 trades this week, so we are gonna go over those trades. Talk a little bit about what we learned based off those trades, and then go over any news that may be happening for next week. And yeah, so hey, that video may come out tomorrow, or I may wait till Sunday. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But yeah, guys, that's today's video as far as the trades we took, the breakdown. Let me go over what I wrote in my trading journal, share that with y'all. Okay. So for today's trading journal, I also like to, in my trading journals, also kind of explain what price did within the journal for me to enter in. So when I do go back and read my journals, I know exactly why I took that trade, and I'm not sitting here, placing the previous trade up on the chart and trying to figure out why I entered. I can just go back to my journal and I know why I entered. So I wrote loss on both accounts. Price broke to the downside of a key level. Price retraced and re-entered my key level. It hit my halfway point within that level. The next candle Price dropped out of my zone. I entered before the candle closed. 19 seconds after I entered, my entry candle stopped me out. I said after reviewing the trade, I did jump the gun. I entered too quick. I should have waited to see if a full pullback would happen, which is what did. Price did fully pull back and retapped the original zone that it left from. I said, but I will say I'm glad I didn't hesitate and I entered on my funded accounts exactly when I entered on my sim account. I had an idea and I entered when I felt I should. We traded with confidence. We was just on the wrong side of probability within this trade. So yeah, you guys, yesterday was a hesitation. Today was not a hesitation. We just entered too quick. But even if we would have waited, as you can see, you guys, we was just on the wrong side of probability today, and we was only willing to lose $50. It's Friday, so that's what we lost. We lost $50, so we lost what we was willing to risk. So hey, no harm, no foul. So with that being said, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank y'all for sitting down with me and taking the time to listen to me break down this trade. I hope y'all was able to learn something. If you have any pointers that you would like to share with me, by all means, I am open and free to any suggestions that any of you may have. But I love y'all. Thank y'all. Like and subscribe if you haven't. And with that being said, your girl GC the Trader is out.